Welcome to Channel 18, and today we have as our guest the Harwich Mariners. And to my far right, Ben Layton is the sort of a general manager, and to my immediate right is Steve Englert, the coach. And Steve, we always like to start with the coach.
Okay.
There you go. So tell us how things are going. This is the latest that you've been on, so you've got a week or two.
Well, I think we have a pretty good team this year. A couple of returning players, Hunter Williams from last year and Zach Skellinger, two pitchers, one starter, and Skellinger will be a back-end guy for us. And also returning with us this year is a local favorite there, Johnny Baseball, Johnny Adams. So,
where's Johnny from?
He's from Walpole. He's a Boston College product.
Oh, okay.
And he's back with us again this year, but we've had a mix of pretty good personalities coming in this year, and I'm really looking forward to this season.
You're looking forward to it?
Yes.
You're off to a good start?
And yeah, we're off to a good start, and just keep it rolling throughout the course of the summer, and just go out and have fun.
And Steve, as a general manager, how do you look on the league, and how do you look on this team?
Well, it's every year we try to find guys that are good makeup guys, as Coach would like to say. That come out, they work hard every day, they want to get better, and that's I guess probably the hardest part of the recruiting process is just making sure that we get guys that want to be here, that want to get better, and then once they get here, finding the chemistry amongst these guys to make sure that they gel well together and they enjoy playing ball here on the Cape each and every day.
Well, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. And let's see, where do we go next?
Well, one of the things that we've just started this week is the summer camps for the kids.
That's right. I was just going to ask about that.
And each year, I think we do it for 10 or 12 weeks during the course of the whole summer. So it started, so we'll be doing it throughout all of June, July, and August. And
now it's already started.
It started this week, so
Okay.
School hasn't quite let out yet. My kids get out, I think, today. So next week will be the influx of all the summer kids and the
When
regular
did they have
kids.
graduation? Have the kids, seniors graduated?
I think they've already graduated, but
Okay.
the young ones haven't quite. So we kind of focus on the young ones, trying to teach them the fundamentals of the game, and so the community and the surrounding communities can come out and they can interact with our players. So our players are the coaches for the youth kids, and so you never know who's going to be coaching your kid out there. He could be a future baseball star. He could be in the big leagues in the next 3 or 4 years, and he was out there teaching your young one how to steal bases. So it's a neat little thing for our community to have each week and let people experience summer camp with the Harwich Mariners.
Well, every time I turn on the baseball game, the announcer is always mentioning somebody from some team played in the Cape Cod League. And
Yes,
he
I
says,
think it's 1 out of every 4 in the major leagues.
is that right?
Yes,
many?
yes, and I think we have currently about 32 guys that have come through Harwich organization.
Wow, that's quite a few.
And this is the stepping stone league, and I mean in this current year's draft, I think the Cape League dominated the draft.
Did you?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Well,
this is the place to be to
congratulations.
get it to showcase your talents, and scouts come out to the yard every single night, and these are the kids that are going to be in their top. And when they go into the boardroom, they're going to be the top draft picks.
Wow, that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
So do they all play up to their best ability?
We try. It's a very competitive league. Excuse me. And, you're facing the best throughout the whole course of the country. It's not just, one team per, just
right.
like through the spring, but it's a collective 10 teams. It's like an all-star team of 10 teams.
Wow, that's
And
pretty good.
it's the parity in the league is tremendous. And every night it's fun to watch. We have a really fun team to watch this year. Exciting, great defensive plays we've been making, and pitching's been quality for us, and it's a great night to spend out to take in a ball game.
Well, they say this is a pitcher's league. Is that the case?
Well, this year for us it has been. So far so good, but it usually has, because you're pitching. You see everybody's Friday night guy. And Friday night, meaning in the springtime, those are the best guys. You pitch your best guy on a Friday night, and then you're going against the wooden bats. So it's a little more difficult to hit with the wooden bats than the aluminum. So.
Oh, is that true?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So these guys are. Is it hard to get used to the wooden bats?
Usually, some kids hit the ground running right out of the gates, but I think throughout, now that there's so many summer leagues when these kids are growing up, that they use wood, but it usually takes about a week, 10 days to start getting used to it. Other guys pick it up a little sooner. Some guys pick it up a little later.
A little later. Very good.
And it's humbling, for both the pitcher and the hitter up here. But a lot of times they'll go back to school and they're a much better player their junior years or their sophomore years. And, that's what we're here to kind of help these guys progress through their collegiate and amateurs careers so that they can take the next step, hopefully, into pro ball.
Well, sure, by all means. And tell us a little bit, how popular is the baseball league for the kids?
Well, the league as a whole, I think because the Cape is, we've got a lot of locals here, obviously, but we get so many tourists coming through this time of year.
Right.
So each week we have a different set of people at all of our games. So, you get your weekly rentals that come in and then change over Saturday, and then a whole new group of tourists come in.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes it so neat is year after year, people will come here, rent houses. I've talked to so many people that have been renting the same house for 20 or 30 years and coming to the ballpark for 20 or 30 years. And they've grown up that way, and now they're having their children grow up that way.
Yeah.
And so it's generational, and so it's neat for us to be a small part of that summer vacation with your family and the beaches, baseball, and fun on Cape Cod.
And what about the baseball league for the kids? You have a good crowd?
Yeah, as a whole, it seems like every year we break records, and
Really?
it comes out. I think last year over 250,000 people came out to all of the different Cape League games. There's 9 different franchises aside from ours, so 10 total. And so any given night, there's 5 games going on, and they're all over the Cape from Orleans all the way down to Wareham.
Right.
So it's even if you're not here in Harwich, you can sneak a game. Tonight we're playing over on the west side, and we'll be playing various places if we're not at home all throughout the summer.
Yeah. And for the most part, you can get to many of the games.
Yeah.
I mean, Chatham and Brewster.
Free
and,
parking.
Yeah, there you go. Free parking.
Free
why
parking,
not?
free
Get that
admission.
Free parking is a big deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is for this league, anyhow.
Yep.
Nobody's thought about charging 25 cents a car. or
Nope.
anything.
No, and the admission's free too, and I think that's
Yes.
such there's not many places in the world that things are free, but this is one of them, and it's a special little niche of the world, and it's baseball and American Pie. This is about as clean family fun as you can get.
Now, the major leagues still give you a good part of your operating budget, do they?
They help out in different fashions, and with the Yawkey and with Major League Baseball, and it costs a lot of money for the baseballs and the uniforms and the umpires and the buses and all those different things. So
Coaches' fines.
yeah.
Coaches' fines.
So each year we do a lot of fundraising, and then there's the different organizations that help us out and do what they can to keep this place special. And as we're all volunteers, so that's the beautiful thing too, is it keeps
Yes.
our costs down, and we enjoy doing this because of the love of the game.
Well, that's a big part of baseball.
It is.
Those who love the game continue to nurture it along.
Yeah.
Very good. And who are your star players?
We'd like to think they're all star
They're all
players there,
stars.
Paul.
That's good.
We can't really single out individuals because, no, I think that we have 30-man roster, and I think each kid brings something to the table. They add something that help us have success, and I think that the collective group that we have all have a passion to play the game, and they've showed up here and they want to get better. And they're hungry to learn, and they all have aspirations to play professional baseball, and I think all 30 will at some point throughout when their college days are done. And some kids will go higher in the draft than others, but I believe that this year's team, I think for the majority of them, will be selected in next year's draft, no question.
Now, And when can you be selected in the draft? How old do you have
Well,
to be?
the way usually we're actually, you grab freshmen and sophomores. You want to come and select players after their freshman and sophomore years.
Yes.
After their junior year, they're draft eligible.
Okay.
So if you have a mix of juniors, then they'll sign pro contracts and you won't get them. So
once they sign a contract, they're out of the league.
Yes, they lose their amateur status. So we just stay basically with the kids that are not draft eligible. Sometimes you have a sprinkling of kids that didn't get the money that they wanted or whatnot, and we pick them up. But for the most part, it's mostly freshmen and sophomores.
Very good. And you're all set for the year?
Ready to go, ready to rock. Very much looking forward to another season down here, and the weather has been cooperating so far. And
it's been kind of a strange spring and summer. It's been a little cool.
Cool, it's okay, just so long as the bats stay hot and the nights stay cool.
The nights stay cool?
Yes.
Cool nights?
You got it.
Okay, well, I hope you have a lot of cool nights.
Well, yeah, we hope to see you come out to the yard. Bring all your friends and family.
Well,
Do you have any friends?
I can't see that fast. So
You can sit in the dugout if you want.
I can?
Yeah, sure. You can coach third base for us. Coach first. That guy doesn't do anything over there anyway. Hey, Tebow.
Well, he must give the bunts.
Yeah, no, he doesn't do. We don't let him give him that
You
much
don't let him do
responsibility.
that?
We don't bunt.
Oh, you don't
We
bunt.
just let guys have fun, swing away, get paid. That's how we do it.
So there's no big deal about bunting.
No, we don't stress that. We want to showcase the kids' talent. We want to let them play. Scouts didn't fly all the way in here to see kids bunt. They want to see them swing the bat, and that's the way we do it.
And that's why when they get to the big leagues, they can't bunt.
Well,
Maybe so.
you don't want Big Poppy bunting anytime, do you?
No. Well,
No,
there
for the
may be a
most part,
time-
they'll teach them to bunt once they get to the. Well, they do. I'm just saying that. But for the most part,
Yeah, you won a championship with a bunt, didn't you?
no, we went. No.
No?
We went in a double, a
okay.
big double. The kid wanted to buy. I said, no way. Go get paid. 30 scouts are behind the screen there. They didn't come to see you bunt. No, we will. We'll do it at the end when the game's on the line or something like that. But for the most part, it's a players' league. You want them to showcase their talent.
Right.
And the scouts have come in, and each Major League Baseball team has a representative here. And you don't want to control a game where they can't get a good evaluation. They want to be able to write things down and go back to their cross-checkers, general managers, and what have you, saying how this kid can play.
Okay.
So
what is the biggest thing that they look for?
Everything, the
Yeah,
whole thing.
Okay.
The arm strength and speed, and a lot of. I mean, those are the easy things to look up, and you can tell right away. But another big thing that no one really is the makeup of the kid, the makeup and character, on how they handle the adversity, and that goes into a lot of the thought process when you're trying to select players. Is he a tough kid? Does he know how to grind? How does he handle adversity? Because you're going to have a lot of failure down here, especially with the pitching in this league. And so the better they can handle that and just moving forward. And you're supposed to, we try to stress having amnesia. You're only as good as your next pitch, on to the next pitch. As like Bill Belichick says, on to the next
play?
team. Yes.
So, and what was I going to ask you? How fast are these? How fast do they throw the ball?
Well, each kid is a different mix. Which is nice. We'll have some kids starters that will, they'll be between 85 to 92, and then your back end guys can run it up there to, the mid 90s, and you got other
Really?
lefties that just know
Mid-90s?
how to pitch, and so, each one brings something different to the table, which is very nice. Right, very.
It is. If they get, 85 to 90, I guess, is big league pitching. Eh?
Well, maybe a little bit more than that too, but we just pitch, just throw strikes, command the strike zone, and miss barrels. That's all we care about.
Well, thank you both for coming.
Thank you, Paul.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
been
great.
great talking about baseball again.
It's always a pleasure.
Very good.